The city of Tshwane, host to South Africa's administrative capital, Pretoria. In recent years, the eastern side of the city has seen an explosion in property developments for the middle and upper market segments. The most populous area in the east is Mamelodi, home to some 350,000 residents. Set up by the apartheid government in 1951, it was initially known as Vlakfontein. A stone's throw away from Mamelodi is Silver Lakes Golf Estate. This gated community is one of the prime security complexes in Pretoria. It's no wonder why many people aspire to move to this part of Pretoria. Like Bongani Makofola, who grew up in this house in Mamelodi, he and his siblings still regularly visit their 74-year-old mother who still lives here. For her, this will always be home.
In Mamelodi, I'm used to staying here, and already I did all my work over here. I've brought up all my children here. I feel now it belongs to me.
A few years back, the father of two left Mamelodi to settle in Equestria, a neighbouring suburb of Silver Lakes. Bongani says life is more convenient in Equestria for his family. He says road infrastructure and access to amenities are better here than in Mamelodi.
There were no tar roads there. It was not very conducive. And I felt, it would be a better place to, raise my kids and start a family in a place where infrastructure is developed.
Not too far from Bongani lives Adrian Kutsi in Silver Lakes.
It's a community living because we have a clubhouse facility and a restaurant inside the centre of the estate. People tend to gather there.
This father of two brought up his two sons alone. He's been living here for 8 years, saying he wanted to ensure a better and safer quality of life for his family. Bongani runs a prepaid electricity company with his brother and has businesses in Mamelodi, while Adrian owns a construction company. With both men involved in construction and housing, they say they've experienced firsthand how living conditions of South Africans have improved. Since '94, double the amount of people received formal houses. Millions of homes were electrified, and more houses have running water. But here in Mamelodi, many residents have seen little of these improvements. Youth unemployment and the lack of proper education are of great concern to Bongani.
There is not enough support, especially when a person is not very educated. There's a lot of people that I know who are not educated and would like to start businesses. But the fact that the government doesn't do enough to enable your entrepreneurs to start their thing.
While Bongani wants to see more government support for entrepreneurs, Adrian believes it's more about lack of skills.
If the national and provincial governments and local authorities can assist more in training, that it's not only a private initiative but also the governing party's responsibility to enhance skill training. Obviously for us as entrepreneurs to make the business environment as easy as possible.
Adrian says he's fortunate to have received a quality education and is reaping the benefits. He says this has allowed him to employ thousands of workers over the years from different communities. Bongani, a trained technician, says his prepaid electricity company not only trains people but provides a much needed service to lower income communities. He recently opened a convenience store and dry cleaning business in Mamelodi. Being from Mamelodi, he says this is not only about making money, but also to encourage the youth in the area to not wait for government handouts. However, much more needs to be done in this densely populated community. Unemployment is at more than 63%. Drug abuse and crime is rife, and roads are crumbling. Both Bongani and Adrian say politicians should do more to put the nation's interests first. However, they differ on what's the best solution.
Any democracy in the world, in my opinion, doesn't matter who's the ruling party, the stronger the position, the more there's a watchdog. In business, if you're under pressure, you perform better.
I don't feel like voting for these other parties. I belong to the ANC and I feel the ANC is our party. But yes, these issues that are happening, I'm hoping in not so distant time, the ANC manages to pick up the pieces and find a way to resolve all the issues that's being experienced.
Bongani may no longer live in Mamelodi, but he says his businesses aim to ensure a better life for locals, while encouraging them not to rely too much on government assistance. For Adrian, the perception of widespread government corruption and the substandard quality of education are stumbling blocks to economic growth and increased productivity. John Bailey, Pretoria.